Hi everybody, so this morning I'm working on my animation and I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial of how to use Procreate. So I've been using Procreate to make my animations for a while now, and I just wanted to show you guys a few of how to do some simple things on here, and I'll get started. So first things first, you want to start with a square because that is the easiest way to look at all the edges of your canvas in my opinion. And then also, if you notice, the background back here is quite blue, or teal, I'd like to say. And you always need to start with a base color. So I have like, this is my base color, or that is my base color. And recently I've been using a grayish tone to color all my drawings because whenever you use black, it's usually too dark. And then you can't see black on top of black. But if I were to draw black on one of these, you would be able to see the black on top of it. So it works pretty good. All right, and then we have a selecty tool, which is really easy to move around your projects, and 2 fingers if you ever want to undo something. So next, if you notice, this is a little floaty reference sheet. You can go down to this reference bar and you can click it on. It's pretty cool because you can like import your images here by like clearing, and then you can import from your photos. It's pretty fun. And you can also do like a camera mode, but I'm probably not going to do that right now. It's super cool. So I'll close that for a second. And so you may see that there's just a million scribbles on this page, but I can change that by going into my Animate Assist. And you just click that one on. And all these layers that I have turned on right here suddenly turn into little slideshowies. It's so cool. So if you are interested in trying to use the Animate Assist program, it is so easy. You just click it on. And then you can just create new layers. And when you got a new layer, it's completely blank. You can just draw on it. And then your next slide is a blank page that you just created. You can undo at any time. So my next step I need to do is draw this next one, which is kind of complicated because you can either just try to like turn down the opacity and try to like, you can also mess with the frames per second because right now it's pretty slow. You can play it back really fast. Woo! And usually whenever you're filming a shot, you don't want to go above like 12 to 15 frames per second, but I usually go with 12. But still, that could be too fast for what I have because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides, so I might need to do like 5 frames per second because I've only got about 5 slides. So let's play it like that. Yeah, that looks pretty fluid so far. I haven't drawn more than 5, so it's only like 1 second's worth of clips. But it's just really fun. I really love this Animate Assist tool, and it's just like pretty fun. You can even like save it if you needed to as a animated GIF or a animated MP4, which could work for a movie. I'm still trying to figure things out, so I'm not a complete pro yet. But as far as I know, is that if you have a background layer like this one, I'm still trying to figure out how you attach it to each of your little slides. But so far, I'm just kind of making little clips, and then I'm going to save this as a Procreate file. And then I'm going to take it over to my Procreate Dream when I'm ready to animate it. I might make a future tutorial about that. So now I just wanted to show you guys some of the cool things I figured out just the other day. Was that if you take... Let's turn off Animate Assist for a second so I can see this layer. So this is my first panel, the first image you're going to see on top of this one. See, so they kind of blend into the background, but I'm just going to show you something I learned. It was like how you're coloring. So whenever I'm going to color a line art, I make a duplicate so that that one of the line arts is staying on top and one of the line arts is staying on bottom to be my coloring holder. So what you do is you go into your little circle dot up here at the top, and I just learned that you can actually drag it around. I had no idea that was a thing. And I have all these pre-saved colors for my characters. So let's do Ray. It might be easier if I turn off the background for a second. But so when I click on Ray, I can do her main colors, and you just drag from the circle and you drop it in her. And you can go to continue fill, because my problem was that the palettes kept going away every single time, and I had to go click back and click back and click back. Oh, it's so fun. So if you click on this little color drop button up there at the top, let's just undo for a second. You drag your circle. See my little circle? Whoops, a little too long. And then you drop it on top of the thing you're trying to see, and you see continue fill at the top. There's a little check mark now. So now I can just drop and I just touch whatever color I fill, whatever place I want to fill color into. It's so interesting because it makes everything so quickly. And so now I want to choose a new color. I'm going to choose her ears and nose color. And I'm going to tap right here and here and here. And you see I did miss a few little spots. I can go in here, just tap those two. It makes everything so easy. Color her shirt. She has a little tank top, long shirt. It's got this colored rim. It's just really easy now. I did not know that I could drag this little palette around. It's also really helpful if you guys are ever trying to make a character with the same colors over and over. You can also make a new palette, which is pretty easy. You just go, maybe it needs to go back in there. You can go to palettes, and then there's a little plus mark at the top here. You can say create a new palette. So you can just like go to your coloring thing, and you can just like drag and drop any colors and just touch where you want to add them. It's so unique, and if you think, oh no, I messed up that thing, you can delete that swatch. It's pretty easy. And if you needed to change this color to like this color per se, you can like hold on it, and then if you have a different color selected than the one that's in the little square, you can just set as current color. I thought that's pretty interesting. And I love messing around with all the different kinds of coloring things that they have. Like, I really love the classic, but disc is also very helpful when you're trying to find complementary colors that are just like, okay, I've got an orange character, what's a complementary color to it? Like either yellow or red, or a contrast color would be blue. So it's very unique and very awesome. And if this little check mark up here by the color drop is still on, then you can just touch your character and keep coloring. But those aren't her colors. So that is kind of some of the stuff I've been learning right now. So it's been really interesting. And one thing I've been learning also is that if you are like scared you're going to run out of layers, because I make a lot of layers in Procreate. I found out that you can go to your canvas info and you could go down to statistics. Oh wait, it's layers. And it will tell you your maximum amount of layers that you can create on this file. So you can make 163 layers. And this is how many you've used, and this is how many you have available. So I still have 140 I can keep doing, which is so cool. And the dimensions of this one I think was 2 inches by 2 inches, and I made it 1000 DPI, which is pretty high, but I don't want any of my drawings to go pixely on me, because that really sucks. One thing you got to know about Procreate is a big thing. That if you are going to transform you're going to transform your drawing, make sure that you're on the right selection too. So this is distort can like make it almost look like it's flipped upside down or sideways. And uniform is usually what I go with because it keeps the same size. Or you could do freeform, which makes them skinny or taller or shorter. It's quite fun. But one thing you need to know when you're moving your objects around the thing, if you accidentally drag them off, don't let go because you are going to delete it. Right now it's kind of hanging off there, you see. But if I click off of it, click off the arrow, and then click back on, oh no, they're gone. So you have to undo for sure because you don't want your thing to be gone forever. It's very tricksy. So if you take anything, if it gets too a little bit close to the edge, and her tail is gone. Oh no. So always be careful what you're dragging off the screen because it's never going to come back. I always would super duplicate anytime you feel unsure about something because it's better to have a backup than to totally ruin your thing. And also, if you ever felt really scared about losing your progress, you could go out to the gallery. So go out to the gallery and then you can go to the select button at the top, click your project, and you can duplicate your project. If you felt like you were at a point where there's no going back sometimes, and you can do that. And if you feel like you didn't need it, then you can always go back and delete. But it is pretty scary to delete stuff. I almost never do. That's why I have 1,000 billion files in here. So it's really crazy cool. And I just can't believe how much you can do on this program. It's just almost endless. I've been learning so many new things and just so many things I can't even imagine. So here are some of my favorite brushes. So I have my most stable brush, which is just the most stablest brush. It's so interesting because it goes little. And I am drawing with an Apple pen, which is an absolute necessity if you guys are ever going to become artists. You have to have an Apple pen or an iPad because I used to just draw with a stylus and I could never get any pressure sensitivity, and it is so important. So here are some of my settings for my absolute favorite brush. In case you guys ever want to copy them, you can just pause the video and try to set your brush to the same things. This is a miracle. I did have to make this brush all by myself. It was a lot of work. But I did watch some videos on how to make it like this, and I'm sure there's lots of videos out there that you can do the same stuff. And it is just amazing. All right. So then I have my less stable brush. So if you watch my most stable brush, it doesn't quite make the most sharpest lines. So if you ever needed to do I usually use it for bushes because it can make very, very sharp lines. And it also makes pretty good bushes whenever I draw. I always use this one for making bushes or clouds. It's a very good one. Also, if you needed to cover large areas by coloring, because the other one, if you were trying to color something, it would just kind of skim off. Also, I have another super favorite brush, which I color all my characters' details with. So if I make a new layer, it shows up better. So you can make this as oil paint, and it kind of blends together, and it's such a beautiful brush. I do think this is a default brush with Procreate, and it has just been a lifesaver. I love it so much because I use it to color Ray's palettes. Let's see. We'll go to Ray, this color. Let's drag that down. This is how I color her tail rings. Well, it's a bit too big. I color her tail rings with this one. She's got little ankle rings. Little ankle arm rings. And she does have these little pointy ears that are covered, and her little nose. And that's how I color Ray with this oil brush. I really love this brush. And I have 10 million brushes because I've gone crazy at some point and bought a billion. My other favorite brush is this blood splatter brush. Just looks like really scary scars. It's so fun to play with. The harder you push, the more splattery it gets. It's a really cool brush. Let's see. Another really fun brush is the floral brush. I can't imagine. This one is so fun. It can make such pretty like leaf colors. Ooh, it's so fun to play with. And then I also have this really nice wild grass brush. Makes it look like fur or like grass everywhere. It is so fun to play with. I've got like a few grass brushes in a different set of brushes somewhere here. And I just been playing around with all these brushes. It's so much fun. I definitely think you should definitely invest in some brushes because it gets quite fun to make crazy artworks. So I went on Etsy. And there's lots of sellers that sell paintbrush packets you can download. And some of them range from like 99 cents to like $20, $30. But I'd say just make sure you get a good package with lots of variety so you can use it. So yeah, I think that's as much as I can talk about today. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and help support my new channel called Rachel Animates. I'm going to be working a lot on there and posting a lot more videos. So please subscribe and please comment because I read all your guys' comments on there. And it is all by me, Rachel. And if you're watching this on Pink Bunny Girl 43's channel, just remember that I am Rachel. I'm the artist that draws all the things. But Lily is also a big supporter on. She is my sister and she works hard on the other channel too. So remember to subscribe and comment on there also. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.